What's up, people, man? Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Man, what's up? Yak, Chi-Town's finest, peoples. Man, we got another loss here, man, in the hip-hop community. Black Rob, man. Rest in peace, brother. It's another one going down, you know. I didn't even talk about the X situation, man, because it's like it was so much of the content. Everybody was on it, man, and I actually got a true DMX story, man. And when I met him here in Baltimore, man, and he was a down brother, man. But talk about Black Rob here today, cause I see everybody talking about like Puffy, fuck Puffy, how Puffy, man. His family should sue Puffy and this, that, and the third. It's not Puffy's fault, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, you got to remember the era that Black Rob was signed in. It's not like it is now. You know what I mean? Back then, artists was getting, you know what I mean, 250, 500,000, shit like that. You know what I mean? So artists wasn't getting them big payouts like artists get now. So you know what I mean? It's not the same. So, you know, you take that money back then, and you go get the You Made It starter kit that the black man always go get. You go get the jewelry, you go get the car, and you go get the buy out the bars. That's what we do. We don't invest in nothing that's gonna make some money 10, 15 years down the line. We go get everything that devalues as soon as you walk out of the store. That's what we do. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't up to Puffy to make sure he held Black Rob's hand to the finish line. You understand what I'm saying? It would be nice. It would have been nice if Puffy would have directed some of his artists a little better, of course. But we can't take away from the fact that Puffy was a workaholic, man. A lot of them dudes wasn't workaholics like Puffy. Puffy didn't just get there mistakenly. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just mistakenly get there. Puffy was also a workaholic. He done some cruddy shit also, but Puffy worked his ass off also to get there. So some of them dudes got there, and once they got there, they felt as though we made it. And that shit ain't no money, man. You know what I mean? And you got like Black Rob. Black Rob could have blew because he had the talent and shit, but Black Rob was one of them grimy New York niggas. You know what I'm saying? And his attitude was all New York. So he scared a lot of them dudes off. You got to remember that. Black Rob scared a lot of them execs and shit off because he was a straight up New York grimy nigga. Remember that. So Mark, do everybody remember Mark Curry? Mark Curry was sitting around, man. They kept Mark Curry around to like keep a hold on Black Rob, man, because Black Rob was real cool and respected Mark Curry, man. I watch Gully TV, man. And Gully TV is cool with them brothers, man. And people get the wrong perception about Black Rob, man. You watch behind the scenes stuff that Gully do when he with them cats. I've been following Gully for years. And Gully's cool with them guys, man. And Mark Curry was around to keep Black Rob like contained. You know what I'm saying? Because Black Rob respected that brother. You know what I'm saying? So Puffy them kept that dude around. You know what I mean? I don't think they respected his rap skills as much as they should have, because he was talented as hell too. But they kept him around to keep Black Rob contained. But in the process of that, you can see Mark Curry sucked up the game and used his money and shit wisely. As that brother got like juice bars and shit down at a stream of juice bars and shit down Atlanta. You know what I mean? Living kind of well. You know what I mean? He made some smart business decisions and shit and stepped into a whole nother realm of generate income. So, you know what I mean? People see Black Rob and they think Black Rob was fucked up. Black Rob wasn't homeless. That was like a false narrative people putting out there on the internet for clickbait. That man ain't homeless, man. That man living around, he around some people that love him, man. that you know what I'm saying, that got his back. He just didn't take care of his health. You understand what I'm saying? That man ain't living on no motherfucking street. That man just had diabetes and didn't take his medicine the way he properly should, and he didn't eat the way he properly should. When he got somebody right next to him that's living a healthy lifestyle that can't get through his head to live a healthy lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? So you got it right in your face what to do. And you just not doing it. You just been a bully you just been a bully and a stubborn motherfucker. You can't be forced to live a certain way. People it gets old. It wears on people. Person can love the shit out you, but they also gotta love themselves. Once you start getting up in your 40s, you understand what I'm saying? That loyalty and love, it starts, it don't change. It's still there, but you have to start directing that energy into your own personal life. You because you start losing your women. You start losing your kids and shit, because that could be your man. But you got a relationship that start affecting that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So you start having to loosen your rope up on them a little bit. You can't get up at 3 in the morning when you get that call that this nigga out here tripping at the club, or he done fell out. Somebody done found him laid up somewhere. You can't get up every time and go running when you laid up with your woman and shit. You understand what I'm saying? So he was around some people that had him. He just didn't take it upon himself to carry it how he should have carried it. Because man, once you make it to a certain level in your life, even though the trauma you have, bro, I had to figure this shit out myself, man, because I went through a lot of trauma as a youngster, and it affected my way of living and my mentality for a long time. You understand what I mean? And it's like, but once you get to a certain point in your life, you gotta realize it's up to you to redirect that shit where it don't destroy your life. You understand what I mean? And I lost a lot of relationships. I lost a marriage behind letting that shit reoccur in my life. You understand what I'm saying? We got a lot of us brothers coming up in them 80s and 90s and shit, got scars that we didn't get taken care of, that we didn't bring to the surface. That's why a lot of us from the 80s and 90s went to the penitentiaries and shit. As we got unhealed wounds. You understand what I'm saying? That never got taken care of, never got talked about, never got addressed. You understand what I'm saying? And it affect us. It's PTSD. And you know what I'm saying? In the black community that we was coming up under, that was the generations of you don't talk about shit. You keep it moving. You just, man, fuck that shit. It don't matter. You know what I mean? We was you don't let it affect you. You don't show it affect you. You shake it off. Men didn't talk about it. You understand what I'm saying? You put your game face on and keep it moving. That was the era Black Rob came from. You understand what I'm saying? So he didn't, but moving on up, aging, that shit'll kill you. You understand what I'm saying? That shit'll kill you. We as black men, we gotta start taking care of ourselves. We gotta start, man, when you start having high blood pressure, diabetes and shit, the sugar, you gotta change the way you eat. You gotta change your diet. You gotta exercise. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start taking care of our health and shit. We gotta talk about it. Cause man, we can't live like, we are not the same. We can't live like these motherfucking devils. You understand what I'm saying? We have to realize we are different. We are a different breed. We are kings, man, at the core of us. You understand what I'm saying? And we are built differently. We are structured differently. And our shit would take us the fuck out if we try and live by their dynamics. We can't sit there and intake that bullshit in our body and expect our body not to react. You understand what I'm saying? You see Black Rob with design on from head to toe, but look like he's homeless. You understand? That's because he didn't take care of his personal. He had people around him that loved him, but he didn't take care of his personal. That's not Puffy's fault. That's not Puffy's fault. So we can't keep blaming Puffy for what he did or didn't do. Black Rob has to take some account for his downfall as well. Of course, if you look deeper, Puffy probably fucked him in a contract. Of course, everybody was getting fucked in those contracts. You understand what I'm saying? That's what those contracts was structured to do. So, and recently, Puffy was like he was about to reach out and help Black Rob. But you know what I mean? It shouldn't have had to come to a viral video of him looking the way it was released, him looking at this time with DMX. But you got to remember the attitude that and the energy that Black Rob had put out there. He probably had broke some ties with Puffy, where Puffy was, man, keep this brother away from me. So, you know what I mean? So we got to remember that too, because Black Rob was a hood dude, man. He was a straight up New York street dude, a grimy New York street dude, bro. And he was real about it. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like, man, you got to do some background, do some of that digging, man. Do some of that digging and pull some of them videos up. Black Rob wasn't no chump, man. And he wasn't no bitch ass dude. And he was an official. He carried it how he carried it. You know what I'm saying? And he rolled with some cats that carried that energy, bro. So once Puffy and them start elevating, you ain't finna keep them type brothers around you. You gonna use that power that you got to intervene. Nah, keep them brothers away, because they'll get up in them rooms and shake some shit up. And that's just a reality. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I watched them, man. I watched Gully go sit down with Black Rob, man. And a lot of you brothers, man, y'all be trying to hate and shit on Gully, man. But Gully's an intelligent brother, man. And he inspires like old school cats, man, to show they face, man, and be the great guys that they were supposed to be. He used to go out there with Black Rob, man, and like motivate him and shit. You know what I mean? And Gully would big up him and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I respect Gully for the black man that he is. You know what I mean? A lot of people call him arrogant and shit. Man, he's supposed to be, bro. That brother eating right. He physically fit. He take care of himself. And he making his own lane. You know what I'm saying? He don't ask nobody for nothing. So he can drag his nuts, man. And he stand on what he believe in. And man, you can't hate a brother for that shit, yo. But I respect him because he show respect to dudes that deserve it. You understand what I'm saying? And he like, man, he give big ups. He keep it real, man. And I watched his videos on Rob and them, yo, and I take it from a different perspective, man, because I watched his videos before all of this situation came into play. And Gully, it was neutral on this shit. He was coming at it from a respect factor of loving the artist and that real hip hop, having love for him and respect for him and trying to get him back to remembering how great of an artist he was, you know what I mean? And he was trying to get him to big up himself, you know what I mean? Because he wasn't remembering his lyrics and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that man, that the strokes and stuff was affecting him, and they requested Gully to go there and help big him up. And because, you know what I mean, they knew when he got around Gully, he would get that energy and shit back, man. That's showing respect to that man. Mark Curry them know Gully is a guy that bring it out of him. You know what I'm saying? That's respect, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop downing each other, man, for the type of ways we go about doing things. Everybody got their own way of bringing stuff out of people. Everybody got their own way of expressing themselves. There's no certain way to do nothing. It's no certain way to get to the same finish line. We all got our own way of doing it, and nobody's way has to be the wrong way. You understand what I mean? We got to stop downing each other, man. We got to stop always being competition to brothers, man, but then being the friend to enemies, man. So, man, salute to Black Rob. Rest in peace, brother, man. Rest in peace, DMX. Two pioneers of the hip-hop community that I come from, that I grew to love as a kid, man. I used to look up to them as rivalries because my pen game was strong. My pen game was strong, man, and I used to listen to those guys when I wrote. You know what I mean? So much respect to both them artists. Lost way too soon, you know what I mean? DMX, rest in peace. Black Rob, rest in peace. Two of New York's finest, man. We out.